So I got the iPhone 7 now, all right? And I want to thank everybody who tried to help me out with even the condescending ones or this new generation people who were saying they were cringing. Me and my boy, I had to tweet, my boyfriend works at the Apple store, and I work at the Apple store too, and we both cringing as we were listening to you talk about, like, why are you cringing for, I wouldn't cringe for you. Like, if I watched you two geniuses try to change a fucking tire or drive a stick shift, as they say you millennials can't do, if that's the truth, I wouldn't cringe. I'd try to teach you how to do it. Cringing. I felt so bad. I was so awkward. I really think this whole generation, the reason why they're always using that term awkward is because they were so sheltered that I don't think that they kind of work shit out amongst themselves as kids the way we did. Now, granted, my generation was too far the other way. They didn't know what the fuck we were doing. And I think with millennials, there was an overcorrection. I think this next generation, they're going to get it right. It's like, you know, you can't have them fucking joining, you know, those groups where there's all these pedophiles. You know what they are. I am not going to say them. One rhymes with the rubs louts. The rub shouts. You also don't want to, when they're very young, it's probably not good to have them take I can't even say it right, a karate class, shit like that. The kinds of places, and then you can just say church groups. Church groups are another big one. You just can't have them fucking, but you have to let them play outside. You got to let them solve shit, interact with each other and shit like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think we went too far the other fucking direction. And I can say that having never had a child. So anyways, somebody told me that, when I sat there and I counted all my contacts, I didn't realize, and this is all shit that you guys can laugh at me about, but I know there's a lot of you, especially in my generation, do not know this. If you scroll down to the end of your contacts, it'll tell you how many you have. I was off by one. I said 113. I had 114. Who knew? Who the fuck knew? By the way, if you didn't use the cloud, getting all your contacts back, not a big deal. Not a big deal. It's just as you need the person's number, you're like, fuck, I don't have the number. Who do I know that knows him? You just, by then you have that person's number, and you gradually put it all back together again. It wasn't as bad as I thought. And then somebody gave me a great suggestion saying, well, there's these places you can go to that they can retrieve lost data or whatever the computer term is that. So I might try that with my phone. I have not turned it on since then. I'm going to try sometime like Tuesday morning. Hopefully I can turn it on and grab a couple. The guy who used to work on my truck, he moved to Arizona. And he recommended this great place here in California to tune it up and all that type of shit. And I lost his fucking number. And because he's a crazy car guy, like his website still has like a fucking California number. So I should probably just give it a try. But anyways, so I had to get the iPhone 7 because I fucked up my phone. I got it all wet and shit. And so now this one's waterproof, so they had this little fucking umbilical cord off of it, and I was sitting there going, there's no fucking way I'm not going to lose this thing. I have to be on my best behavior with this. So I was literally carrying that little cord around in the iPhone box with me while I was on the road because I was too paranoid to even leave it into the phone because I was afraid I'd go to put it in my pocket, it'd pop out, I wouldn't know, I don't know what. So I somehow make it across this country and back. I still have it. I went back to my house to use my gym, instead of finishing up the fucking kitchen, and I had it there, and I went to grab a few things, and I don't know, I got back to the place that I'm renting, and it was just gone. It was gone, and I started to have a meltdown, and I was just like, this drives your wife nuts, don't do it, don't fucking do it, and I tore apart everything, couldn't find it in the house. I drove back to my place. I couldn't find it there. And I just said, fuck this. And I drove over to the Apple store. And somewhere over there, I just got into this fucking Zen place. I was like, dude, this is 100% your fault. It's not Steve Jobs' fault. It's your fault. You should have just left the fucking thing in your phone. I'm sure you can pick up the phone and fucking shake it. And I'm sure nothing, I'm sure it probably doesn't even come out. Because they probably already knew that was going to be a fucking concern. So I drive over there. You know, I pull in. I just said, fuck it. I valet my old Prius, dirty as shit right now, because I still have to get the dents taken out from that fucking road rage cunt slammed into the person, 2 people behind me. So I just got that thing. It's got dents. I'm going to get pulled out while I get it washed. So it's really looking bad. So I pull in, and the valet place at the mall, they go like, yeah, what's your phone number? And I'm just like, yeah, none of your business. I go, I don't give out my phone number. That's what I used to say. Now I just go, I don't have a phone, because they're just going to call you. And they're just, all of those things, by the way, all of those phone numbers and all of that shit, I'm telling you, it all gets bundled and it gets sold. There was a lobby. There was something going on in Washington where what they were saying, what I was saying, much more intelligently and written down on paper, saying that you ought to get a piece of it. If somebody's going to sell your information, shouldn't you get a cut? Right? 10%, something. I'm sure that got shot down. But anyways, so I just pull up and I just say, yeah, I don't have a cell phone. So then they just take your name down, and there's always ways to get around it. You just say, yeah, no, I can't do that, right? So I go into the Apple store, and I walk up to one of the geniuses, and I said, yeah, hey, I need the little fucking umbilical cord. And they said, that right there over there on the wall. And I just walked up, and I grabbed 5 of them. Okay? I grabbed 5 of them, and I grabbed this other cord where it was, where you can plug it into your phone, and someone else can also plug their headphones in while you plug your headphones in, and you can both listen to the same song. Now, I did that because whenever I'm on a plane, he's always like, listen to this song. Isn't this a great song? And I was just like, I'll get that one for her, right? So I walk up to one of the dudes with the fucking iPad, and I just say, yeah, hey, I want to buy these, right? So they're all looking at me like, what the fuck, right? Why do you have so many? It was 2 geniuses and one of the people who was just trying to buy some shit there. And one of them finally goes to me, he goes, I got to ask you, how come you're buying 5 of these? And I was like, because I know what kind of a moron I am. And the dude was like, what? I go, everybody's a moron, so you got to, include me, so you got to figure out what kind of moron you are. So I'm the kind of moron that's going to lose at least 4 of these in a year. So I'm getting 5. And they all fucking laughed. And I joked, and I somehow was able to joke my way through the whole fucking experience. I kept it light, and I didn't lose my shit the way over this. So anyway, so I go to buy all of these fucking things, and I'm making fun of myself. Because, guys, I'm really trying not... I mean, it's funny when I do it on stage. It's not funny when I do it in real life or around the house. I'm really trying to work on my temper. So I was making fun of myself, going, yeah, I'm the kind of fucking moron that's going to lose 4 of these in a year, so I'm buying 5. So they all laugh, and the guy's like, all right. And I go, what's that going to be, like $7,000? And he said, no, it was like $75 or something. For these little ass fucking wires, 5 of them, like 25 a whack, or 20 a whack, whatever the fuck it was. But plus I had the other thing. So I go to open my wallet to take out my credit card, and what is sitting in the fold of my wallet is the fucking attachment I couldn't find. I must have put it in the same pocket, and I just laughed. I go, see, right here, look at this. There it is. Now I got 6. I'm a fucking moron. They were just all laughing. It made me feel good. Even though they were laughing at me, it just made me feel better that, I don't know. I gotta learn how to fucking do that, man, because I am a lot. I'm funny on a podcast. I'm funny for an hour. But after that, dude, I can be a lot to live with. So anyways, I'm working on myself. I'm actually considering going to speak to somebody